is a first alert weather day. The storms have started here in Colorado, and Chief Meteorologist Dave Aguilera is live in the Weather Center to map things out on CBS News Colorado. Dave?
Brian, thank you. Yeah, we've already got storms kicking in gear up in the foothills and some of the mountains as well. So that first alert weather day for severe storms we're expecting to fire up this afternoon, move out across the Front Range into the I-25 corridor and out over the Eastern Plains all the way through the evening tonight. So let me set the stage here. This is our tech center camera, and these are downtown buildings. You can barely see them, and it's very, very hazy out there for a couple of reasons. With this storm coming in, humidity levels and dew points have gone way up, so there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. At the same time, part of the reason it's so hazy, this storm originated down south over Mexico and the Baja. So there are quite a few wildfires burning in northern Mexico. So it's pulling up a little bit of smoke over the area. So we've got a mixture of humidity and smoke making it very hazy out there right now. And in fact, I've got another shot here for you. This one is from the Lookout Mountain camera as we go over to that. Downtown is right in the middle, but you can see that haze, almost a brownish cloud sitting right over the city there, mixed in with the moisture. 75 degrees is where we're at Lookout Mountain right now. Now, as we get the showers and thunderstorms going this afternoon, we are expecting some severity with that, but we will get much needed rain. It'll clear out the air around here. The only thing, we could have some hail and some damaging winds, along with the possibility of some tornadic activity out east. So that's what we're looking at today. Scattered thunderstorms, large hail, damaging winds. Heavy rain is also possible with this. We could have some localized street flooding and that type of thing out of some of the storms. And the best chances of severe storms will be over the Denver metro area up until about 7 p.m. and then they go out further east. Those eastern storms may go even beyond that up until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So you folks who are watching from Lyman, Fort Morgan out east, your storms will be later in the evening that you'll have to deal with the severity of it. All right, here's the live radar loop for you here. Let's take it full and I'll show you what's happening right now. And first of all, let me set the stage. The light green coloring you see over DIA and Aurora, this is what we call ground clutter. I've ramped up the returns here so we could get a good view of the storms that are actually happening. So we go into the foothills and the mountains. We've got a really nice storm coming together with a lot of lightning between Idaho Springs and the Evergreen area, and that will be affecting area. It's going northeast, so it will be affecting eventually areas up around Broomfield, Boulder, and Frederick to start off with. We've also got a couple of little light storms in some of the foothills and the mountains of Boulder County going. Those eventually may work their way up towards Loveland and Fort Collins. And then as we go up the mountain here, north of Glen Haven, we've got more thunderstorms that will affect that northern part of Colorado, maybe even all the way over into Carr and Wellington and some of those areas right now. So that's what we're dealing with now. If I take out the lightning here, not much as far as hail or anything yet. So this thing is just growing, and that's typically what we see when we get moisture coming up from down south or out west. Thunderstorms start in the mountains first and then move out over the foothills and then really get strong once they pass that I-25 corridor and get into the heat of the day. Also, the southern sections of the radar here, down over Park County, West Creek, Woodmore, there are showers and thunderstorms there. So once these get going, that'll affect the south metro area during the course of the afternoon. So we are expecting these storms to grow in intensity. So far, it's just beginning as far as the afternoon goes, as far as the radar is concerned. But here's a look at what we're expecting. Severe weather outlook today. It's a marginal in the green shaded area. That includes our Front Range foothills and the mountain areas. That's the smallest it gets, but we could see the large hail, the damaging winds, and the heavy rain in that location. And then you get out over the yellow shaded area, which does include the Denver metro area here. That area is at a slight risk, but still we could see areas of the large hail, heavy rain, and there is a chance for tornadoes as well out across the extreme northeastern part of the state later today. Usually the eastern plains of Colorado, it's right on the edge of tornado alley, so when we see a severe weather day like this, those areas really are the prime areas for tornadic activity, but it looks like that northeastern quadrant later today may be the rough area. All right, let's time this out. As we go through the afternoon now, we could see heavy thunderstorms from Denver down south to Monument. Now, keep in mind these are models, so when you see this, a model like this, we look at these kind of just to give us an idea as is the severe weather going to happen in the general area. So, for example, this has a big storm just outside of Aurora and just outside of Castle Rock. However, when we look at a model like this, we could see any one of those storms within miles of the outline of that. So even though it shows Monument over into just outside of Byers here, we could see this line go through Littleton, go through the South Metro area, go through Parker, go through southern Denver. It generally gives you an idea. Can we see severe weather over that area? And we can. Same thing up north. You could see those bigger storms up around Fort Collins and Boulder. The exact area, for example, let's just outline that Boulder storm. This shows the heavy storms over the north side of Boulder, but the whole county could see storms of that magnitude. So when we look at these maps, it's just that general area. So basically, the entire Front Range has a chance at any one of these storms going severe as we go through the afternoon. All right, let's rock that through. 4 o'clock, we've got a line that shows up over Denver and out over the eastern side and still up around Fort Collins and Greeley here. And as we get past 5 o'clock, the heavier storms get east of town and our chances go down. However, it's just a little window. Take a look at this as we go into the night. After about 9 o'clock into 10 o'clock, we might have a few more showers and thunderstorms later tonight. I don't think those will be severe, but we could have some lightning and that type of thing late into the evening tonight. Now, let's take a look at the statewide view for you. We are not the only ones dealing with severe weather. I think as we go through the afternoon, we could have heavy rain. Let's start down to the southwest. We could have heavy rain in some of the San Juan Mountains, even though there's not a warning for severe weather down that way. The severe weather is going to be basically all of eastern Colorado. Okay, any one of these storms that do develop out here will have the potential of severity. 1-inch diameter hail or larger, 60-mile-an-hour plus winds, heavy rain, and yes, tornadic activity could develop. So we go through the evening. By 6 o'clock, the heaviest of the storms are east of I-25. We could still have around DIA, Aurora, but in between Lyman, still have the leftovers from that that get produced by outflow winds that come around here. So even though it looks like the bulk of the heavy weather's here, we could still have some winds shoot back into the Front Range and kick off some storms. So all of eastern Colorado, at least through the early part of the evening, could see these storms develop around here and keep on going. Then later in the evening, that's the 10:30 map. You can see a little more leftover moisture coming across northern Colorado here, and that's where we could see a few more showers and thunderstorms into the evening tonight. Clears out tomorrow, and we've got a good weekend. We just might have a slim chance at a few afternoon showers coming our way tomorrow. All right, wind risk now. This is kind of interesting. When we look at that yellow and green map, that shows us where the severe storms are, but out of that same product that we get from the National Severe Storm Center in Norman, Oklahoma, we can also look at the probability of wind, of hail, tornadoes. So one of the biggest threats is damaging wind, and in that pink shaded area, a 15% probability. For us, that's pretty large, and a 5% once you get closer in and near the foothills. So that's the main risk we're going to see today is the damaging wind. Now we switch over to the hail threat. Same deal here, 15% for the Denver metro area into the northeast and about 5% up there in the foothills and parts of extreme eastern Colorado. That's of 1 inch or larger hail developing in many of those areas. Now, the tornado risk is for northeastern Colorado. It does not include the Denver metro area, although we could see a funnel or two, especially on the east side once these storms get going. But the best chance, and it's a small chance, a 2% probability of this happening. But if I drew a line halfway through Weld County, near Byers, Deer Trail's in this, Lyman, all the way down to Kit Carson and then Burlington and all of northeastern Colorado has a small chance at seeing that develop. So that's what we're watching, and there is rain up at the Evergreen Parkway with that thunderstorm that's coming through that area. So they're going to see the temperatures cool down. I'm going to jump back to the radar one more time, and then we'll wrap it up here just to show you what that storm is doing. That's the one that's producing all of the rain right now over Evergreen. We zoom it in, get rid of the lightning so we can get a little better handle. Not severe yet or anything, so it's just a good soaking rain pushing through Cottonwood area outside of Bergen Park as well, the Waukene Park as well. And we do have a picture for you. I almost forgot that our weather tracker is out driving towards the storm out there. And is he on? He's on 6th Avenue there and in the Lakewood area. So you can see those clouds are really loaded with moisture up there. The darkness kind of indicates that. So there's a lot of rain coming out of that storm. At the moment, it's kind of just transitioning from Clear Creek County over into Jefferson County, just outside of Golden as well. So that storm will be moving into the north side of Jefferson County. And it is growing in intensity. So although there may not be hail with it yet, I think once it gets in Jeffco and moves up towards the Broomfield area, we might start to see some hail develop out of that. And that'll be the first one of the afternoon that starts to deliver some rough weather out there. All right, so the weather tracker is out and about. We've got one storm on the west side. If we do have any severe weather in the metro area, we will break it on the stream. If it's affecting the downtown area, if we get a severe thunderstorm warning or even a tornado warning possibly, we will break in on TV and the stream as well. So we will keep you on top of the storm as it develops during the course of the afternoon here in the First Alert Weather Center. And don't forget, of course, to join us at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock for all the afternoon shows. We will have reporters out if any severe weather is hitting the metro area as well. We do appreciate you checking out the stream here, and we will just keep you up to date on this Friday. The weekend should calm down somewhat, all right? Getting you ready and keeping you safe in the First Alert Weather Center. I'll talk to you in just a little bit later this afternoon.